Hey, tune into this week's weekly video fishing forecast. We have a preview of the digital edition of the Fisherman magazine, an update on the bluefin tuna regulations, reports and events from around the island, and some spring fluke tips for you as well.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
No guessing, just catching. New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
Today is May 8th, 2025. We're going to get right into a digital issue preview for you of what is in the Fisherman magazine right now. Starting off, for the surf column, we have stripers on the rocks. It's about unlocking the secrets of the rocks to figure out new ways to target every surfcaster's favorite fish. Then the inshore column, that's called Beat the Weed. When the water gets weedy, you got to know how to beat it to catch those fluke. Offshore, bluefin prep. Get ready because the season is coming and it is coming fast. And then for our tackle tip, we have bay boat additions. As you can see, I am on my bay boat today shooting the video. So if you have a bay boat yourself, definitely check that column out. In other news, we have an update for you on the bluefin tuna regulations. The Atlantic bluefin tuna retention limit for recreational anglers will go back to the default limit of 1 school, large school, or small medium bluefin tuna. That's 27 to 73 inches curved fork length per vessel per day or trip. This limit will continue to be in effect until December 31st, 2025, until modified by later action. For a full listing of Atlantic highly migratory species regulations, visit the link in the description below. Let's head over to the events calendar, see what we got coming up soon. June 1st to June 30th is the Surf Rats Ball Tournament. It's a catch and release striped bass tournament. Proceeds will benefit the Kids Need More charity. Then on June 6th is that Manhattan Cup that we all know that takes place every year. That's a catch and release striped bass tournament. Benefits service members and the Fisheries Conservation Trust. June 21st is the Great Gun Mauritius Anglers Shark Tournament. June 28th to 29th is the Valley Stream Fishing Weekend. And then June 29th is the All Pro Fishing Duca Fluke Tournament and Fair hosted by All Pro. For all the details and latest events, visit thefisherman.com/events.
Just 8 days into the month of May and we already have 4 entries. New England subscriber Scott Waterman of Connecticut, who placed 3rd last year, is back with his 2.78 Porgy, weighed in at AW Marina. LI subscriber Tom Kelly weighed in this 2.70 Porgy at We Go Bait and Tackle. Again, Long Island subscriber Brian Zembreski weighed in this Sea Robin at 2.18 pounds at Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle in East Northport. And finally, another Long Island subscriber, Michael Girardi's Porgy, is on the board at 2.6 pounds, weighed in at Saltwater's Bait and Tackle in West Islip. Are you the best angler in the Northeast? Well, now is your chance to prove it. The Fisherman's Dreamboat contest is back. Win this Steigercraft center console powered by Yamaha along with these other great prizes. Fish hard and weigh in as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. What's the catch? You must be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine. All it takes is 1 fish on the board to win a great prize, so however you fish, you have a shot. For all the details and official rules, visit thefisherman.com.
Hey, you're looking for innovations in the fishing industry? Check out this neat new product that you can use on your fishing rod.
Hi guys, I've always found this part of the rod and reel to be a little hard on your hands. That's why I created Rod Wrap, a neoprene grip that goes around the rod and reel and makes it easier on your hands. And yes, you can put a jig in it. Get yours at rod-wrap.com.
Now let's check in with the Fisherman's Jenny Ackerman as she works some Yozuri plugs for bass and bluefish.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Open Boat. We're out here on the Navesink with Captain Brian Rice of Jersey Devil Sport Fishing. We're doing a special assignment, but I figured, you know what? We're out here, let's do an open boat where you guys come fishing with me. So let's get into it. You know, it's a good thing I wore the lucky goat socks today. You know, greatest of all time, we got the goat socks, which are good luck, you know, for fishing. But we got the goat socks on, so we're gonna guarantee fish for you guys today. So you're gonna see featured on this open boat too, we got Captain Jack. We were out with his dad in the morning, but now we got Captain Jack absolutely slaying the fish. So he is contributing to this Come Fishing With Me episode, catching bluefish, and he's actually a 5th generation Navesink fisherman. So they know these waters like the back of their hand. And I do not wanna see any comments about spot burn. Please, not today. Thank you. This is raw excitement right here. This is, I get hyped, especially standing up on the bow. I can see everything. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Oh my god! Big boy! That's a big one. You heard my excitement with the Ozuri Mag Popper. Nothing beats a topwater bite, especially for bluefish of this size. I had a ton chase this, and I'm gonna quickly release this one and get right back into the action. Yeah, 2 of them. I missed one as soon as I first got it, and then they followed me up. You owe me $1. You owe me $1. You owe me $1. Fork it over. Yeah.
Nice job, Jack.
So this fishing trip is in the books. We had a fun day. I hope you guys had fun watching me and Captain Jack of Jersey Devil Sport Fishing catch some fish. We even got some stripers in the mix, and I got new bluefish blood to add to my white boots. So it was a good day all around, and I will catch you guys on next week's Open Boat.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Your weekly Around the Map segment is sponsored by Marine Mate in Lindenhurst. Starting off, we have Alberto Hernandez sent in his 20-pound striped bass from the Far Rockaway area to surf caught fish It was his first of the season. Nice fish to start off his season with. Then David, he sent me a personal best striper caught last week. This fish was caught from the surf on the west end of the island as well. Congratulations, David, on the personal best. Ahmad checked in this week. He's been sending us these bluefish pictures. He said he had them again. Those Brooklyn bluefish, all on those savage sand eels again. Evan, he said that he caught this striper near the Fire Island Inlet from the surf on a bucktail, worked slowly around the bottom near the end of the outgoing tide. Stripers are caught and released by Brian Miller and John Daly. They were doing the gray fish tag, spaghetti tags, tagging all these fish. They were caught from the surf in a central South Shore location using Joe Bag swatters and SP minnows. Brian and John did tell me that they were doing a very slow retrieve. That was the trick to getting the fish to hit. All the fish are between 25 and 37 inches. Then Andrew Winter reported in. He said Smith Point Bridge, we were fishing during the middle of the day on an incoming tide. There was no blitzing or bait, but there was a pocket of bluefish for 3 hours straight, non-stop fishing. The 3 hot lures with a bone SP minnow, diamond jigs, and Joe Bag swatters. We caught double-digit bluefish with nothing under 26 inches. I can confirm that this morning we went out, caught some bluefish up to 8 pounds, all on your Zuri plugs as well. Moving on, Tony Antonelli got a fluke report for us on opening day. That was May 4th on the central South Shore of the island. She had this 22 inches she caught on a 1-ounce bucktail with a trailer. And hey, here's an early season fluke tip and report from the Narrows area from me. Yeah, quick tip here. If you're fishing early spring fluke, this is a go-to rig for me. Do the jig head on the bottom, quick TA clip so you can change out weights real easily. I like gulp grubs. Pink is one of my favorite early springtime colors. Up top, about 1.5 foot up, I have a hair teaser, pink again, gulp grub. Sometimes they'll hit the teaser more than they will the jig. Today they seem to be hitting the jig more, but this is my early season fluke setup. 30-pound leader. Remember, you gotta have the clip on there. You can switch out real easily. And I tie direct to 10 or 15-pound braid, uni to uni knot up here. Back on the bluefish, Melissa Bauman, she sent me this photo earlier in the week of a 36-inch gator bluefish caught from the Mauritius Bay area on a Tactical Anglers white bomb popper. Then on the North Shore, when we move over there, Mike Epstein, he let me know that the stripers showed up in the Triangle area, that's off Huntington. He had luck with all of his trolling gear catching these nice fish. Alan Yee checks in again this week, and he let us know that his first porgy trip of the season on the Brooklyn Girl out of Orient Point was phenomenal. They had a full boat limit, high-low rigs with clams with a ticket in the eastern part of the Long Island Sound. And if you do have a notable catch yourself, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I will try and get into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine.
The first week of the 2025 Coastal Kayak Clash is now in the books, and things started off pretty darn hot. We had John Jurjevic from New Jersey with a 32-inch striped bass. That leads the striper category. We had Todd Trions with a 17 3/4-inch blackfish, which is good enough for second place in the blackfish category because Tom Hood is leading with his 19-incher. Both of those fish were taken from Rhode Island waters. We had Peter Farina with a 22-inch weakfish taken from Jamaica Bay out in Long Island. And the most impressive fish of the week, in my opinion, was Greg Vergare's 25.5-inch fluke taken from New Jersey. That fish is going to be on the leaderboard probably for the whole contest because that is one impressive fluke. The final scoreboard looks like this thanks to our tiebreakers, which puts the largest fish in the lead because pretty much everybody has the same number of points right now. John Jurjevic is leading with his 32-inch striped bass. Then we've got Greg Vergare in second place with his 25.5-inch fluke. And then we have Peter Farina in third place with his 22-inch weakfish.
Hey kayakers, the Fisherman's Coastal Kayak Clash contest is back. Win this fully outfitted Hobie Mirage Lynx kayak from Yak Attack along with other great prizes. Catch and release as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. To enter, you must be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine, fish from a kayak, and document your catch. Many chances to win great prizes, so get out there on the water now and fish hard. To be part of the action, you must be a subscriber and register at thefisherman.com.
Let's start it off with Rich Von Owen. His report is sponsored by Premium Bucktails. He's got our weather and our fishing. Rich.
Hey, thanks, Matt. We'll check that weekend forecast. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got. This is a general heads-up, general overview on the upcoming Mother's Day weekend. So I've been out, now and then, past week here, early mornings in the back bays in Nassau County. Some pretty mornings here with that high tide early. I've been doing some plugging in the back bays, top water, swimming plugs. There's plenty of cocktail bluefish here, southwest corner of Nassau County, between 3 and 6 pounds. A couple of bass in the mix, but you switch over to fluke after the sun comes up, and it's been kind of a slow pick with a few bursts now and then. Plenty of bait in the back bay. It looks terrific, and the drifts have been nice, but a little bit of work to get some of these fish and get some keepers in there. Hopefully things start to pick up throughout the next couple of weeks. So water temps have come up. We got some 50s now, looking a little bit better there. Again, plenty of bait in the back bays. Rain on Friday, though. It's not going to be a good day to fish. May want to stay inside and just hang tight for a bit. Saturday's going to be windy, though, but sunny. Northwest breeze, about 20 to 30. The bays will be okay. Maybe the beach, the surf's okay, but, boat in the ocean may be a little rough. But Sunday, for Mother's Day, is going to be the pick of the weekend of all three. Beautiful, perfect day. Calm, nice, sunny. Nice and mild, should be terrific for mom if you can get her out and get some fishing in. Saturday wave heights 2 to 4s, 4 to 8s. Again, right tight to the beach, maybe your best bet. Peconic Bay should be okay. And then Sunday, everybody has a beautiful day with some nice weather. High temps, mostly 60s to near 70 on Saturday, and then a little warmer, perhaps some 70s to near 80 in the city on Sunday. There's the Guru, again, one of my go-to apps here, and you see a lot of wind on Friday, southeast to northwest with that storm. And then we get nicer but windy, though, on Saturday. Northwest about 15, 25, gust to 30. But Sunday looks great. Look at that light breeze from the north-northwest, about as good as it gets. Should be terrific. So we gradually get better. Friday, not too nice. Saturday, so-so with the wind. And Sunday is just about perfect for everybody. So it looks like things will shape up by the end of the weekend. You can always check my forecast out, Weather Express Long Island. Check it out on YouTube and Facebook. And again, hopefully have a great weekend. Get mom out on Sunday, hopefully. Do some fishing and enjoy. Be safe as always. Have a great weekend. Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Matt. Well, good morning, everybody from Montauk. You can see it's a beautiful morning. The weather's cleared out. The bass fishing's starting to pick up. I have Will here from Sage Fly Rods. He's here for his annual trip. How's the fishing been, Will?
Making us work for it a little bit, but there's bait and there's birds and there's fish, so we'll find them.
So we've been doing pretty good on the striped bass, and the other local report, fluking's still kind of slow. The water's kind of cold. The Vikings been out doing their porgy trips up out of Sag Harbor. That's been going really well. But everything's starting to come together, and it's looking like it's going to be a good spring. So get yourself ready and start getting out here. All right, thank you, Matt. Until next week, see you later.
From Shinnecock, Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Fishing definitely has picked up around here. I had a really nice bass bite that, might have slowed down a little bit, but there aren't as many people fishing, with the weather we've had the last couple of days. But end of last week into the weekend, a lot of top water bites, some smaller fish and some pretty good fish. My buddies got into a nice bite that lasted about a half hour, all on top water. Where they actually thought it was blues at first, the way they were attacking the top water plugs. So that was really cool. I was out over the weekend and got a few blow-ups with some bass. Didn't connect on all of them. My buddy Don did connect on this one, which was a real nice fish. And got into some blues, a couple of gators, a couple of medium-sized ones that wreaked a little bit of havoc with our tackle. But those big blues are starting to move in. They're, mixed in with some smaller ones. They don't seem to be as aggressive as, when it's like that full-on gator blue bonanza, but that's definitely going to be coming in the next week or two. So great time to be fishing. I went out in the back bays hoping to get a bass or a blue on top water. I didn't have any luck, but Lucas Fine got into a really nice blue throwing a soft plastic, which made it through the fight. So nice fishing with you, Lucas, and your buddy, and just a good time to be fishing out here. Great start to the spring so far, and just better things ahead. We've got the Manhattan Cup coming up. Once again, if you haven't joined us before, it's an unbelievable day. We get about 50 veterans out fishing. We have about 200 or so other anglers. Liberty Landing Marina in Jersey City. If you'd like to come as a team, sign on as a corporate sponsor, or to be a captain, take out a team of anglers, veteran sponsors that we have, we could definitely use you. So reach out to me. Leave a comment below on my social media, the Manhattan Cup, Instagram or Facebook, and we'd love to have you. And very grateful to the Fisherman for their support as one of our big sponsors in this event year after year. So going to be a great time. Definitely get involved in this fishing. Get out there and fish. It's going on now. All right. Thanks, Matt. Back to you.
From Northport, the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle Report.
Hey everybody, you're tuning in just in time for this week's report. And check it out, there's sunshine out. I'm doing my happy dance. Happy dance, because everybody wants to go fishing. Man, if you're a surfcaster, you've been fishing through this whole rainy, snotty period, and there's been great fishing. But if you're on the boat, this is that time because the wind is at the perfect time of the season. We're just looking at loads of bass in the morning, loads of bass in the evening, loads of bass in the afternoon. So that means there's definitely any time of the day to go out and have a fun time. Mix it up, get fluke, and fluke started early already. Seeing a lot of our customers already catching fluke. It's great that it's in season, and they're over there in the meantime going out and doing some porgies. So you can get a mixed bag. There's plenty of stuff to do. If the wind is a challenge, inside the bay, we've got loads of bait. We have spearing. We have grass shrimp. You can work close to the land masses to shield yourself from the wind and take advantage of all these grass shrimp and the weakfish and the fluke that are just eating them up along these marsh lines. You're going to find a lot of different sized bass mixed in. Our customers are just bringing in some amazing reports, beautiful fish pictures. Just take a look at them. It's just dynamic, right? Got fish up to 40 pounds. You're going to see a lot of fish in the 15 to 25-pound class region, and that's just dynamite. So it gives a lot of opportunities, whether you want to troll, work your top water, break out your fancy plugs, do some fly fishing. There's a lot to do out there. Get out. Don't miss the moment. It's the beginning of the season, and it's just really good. Water temps, we're looking at mid-50s right now inside the bay. Even though it rained for like several days, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, it's been cold. You're going to watch those temps jack right back up again. So this is a big opportunity to get out there. I hope to see you at the shop. We got 2 shops, remember. We're in Halesite, in Huntington Harbor, and over in Northport. 2 wonderful shops, a lot of smiling faces. Come in, hang out, be part of the community, because we have so many different people that come in, and we love hanging out and talking together, and it's just a great place to be. I hope to see you soon, and until next week, I bid you all peace and tight lines.
Now let's get the way to some all-pro tackle and market in Lindenhurst.
Hey Matt, Captain V down here at All Pro in Lindenhurst. Let's talk about a fishing report. We've got stripers back here in the back of the bay, right along all the canals. In the morning, it seems like the plugs are working. At night, I think I'd probably move over to clam, or chunking some bunker around some fast-moving water. During the day, you find the bait, you go snag some bunker, drop that down. But the flutter spoons are working really well. We got a cool one called the Fat Cat. It's designed for the shallower water. And these bass, they're getting caught in 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet of water. So you don't have to run out to the ocean. Just run along the back area here, or anywhere from basically Massapequa right on out to like Patchogue and Bellport. And you'll get on the bass there. Fluke. I heard that there is a little bit of a bite. Now it's hard. The water is cold, so we got to fish the state channel. You also want to kind of look for those areas where it's the shallow areas, like the shoals and stuff like that. So that tells me I want to go to the Amityville Cut. I want to go to the Amityville Channel. That's probably even better. I want to fish off towards the west channel, maybe the areas in the back bay by Ocean Beach. Up in those areas, try to go off from the shallow water into the deeper water. You'll probably get a bite. I'd go with like kind of your gulp shrimp. I love the fluke bellies, M&M fluke bellies. We got them down here. Spearing is good, but I kind of like the shrimp now and the fluke bellies and work that. And I'd go with a smaller bait at this moment in time. This is Captain V from All Pro. Hey, the Duke of Fluke is June 29th. Entries open on the 1st. I'll tell you more about it. I just wanted to put it out there. Talk to you later. Now let's get fishing.
From Jones Beach Bait and Tackle, as well as Captree Bait Tackle and Fuel, Brendan Ritigliano.
Thanks, Matt. Welcome back to another great season here at Captree Fuel Bait and Tackle, now open daily. We're hearing great reports throughout the South Shore. I went out for a little bit before work on the pier in front of the shop and got my first short of the season on the 3rd cast with gulp and bucktails, which was pretty sweet. We also got a few reports from Ken Rue with some blues and fluke on the pier, as well as Rich Brown with a few fluke, blues, and stripers off the pier. The Captree fleet is also doing well. They're going for fluke during the day and striped bass at night. Here's one of our customers aboard the Laura Lee fleet with 2 nice keepers. Our other store at Jones Beach Field 10 is also heating up with reports of fluke and bluefish off the pier. We will be opening weekends until Memorial Day and then daily after that, weather permitting. Remember that the shop also has a full concession, so you can go get your bacon, egg, and cheese when you get your morning bait or hang out with a drink after the tide. Back to you, Matt.
From Oceanside, Captain Joey Leggio.
Hey Matt, thanks a lot. Hey, it's good to be back over here with you guys and the Fisherman. So I'm going to do the Reynolds Channel report, basically Atlantic Beach Bridge, all the back bays. So far the season's off to a pretty good start. The Bluefish has been phenomenal in the bay, a lot of big stuff. Also the fluke fish, an opening day of fluke fish, and I went out with the East Coast Hookers crew. We had Raph, we had Goro, we had Steve, and Dave. All of us went out and we connected with 10 keeper fluke, just about 4 pounds, a little bit over. Great trip. Bluefish again have been all over the bay. The guys up at Magnolia Pier, which I am today, as you can see. I'm at Justin's tackle shop over here, Magnolia Pier Bait and Tackle. They've been getting the fluke on the pier. They've been getting bluefish. They had one, I think today, that was probably 11 pounds on the pier. A lot of keeper fluke have been coming up. So it's off to a pretty good start this season. Other than that, the bridge has been slow from what I'm hearing. Guys have been chumming it, really not having much luck. And a couple guys tried on the outside. Again, not much luck. And guys that are still making a run at Jamaica Bay, they're obviously catching as well too.
With our fly and freshwater report, we do have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. This is Paul. And unfortunately, the season is doing well. I'm unfortunately have a very bad cold. I'm going to be out for a few days. I was hoping to go fishing tonight. I left the shop. It is what it is. There is fish being caught in the back bays. I'm hearing fish all over the place, even in the far bay back bays. Some bluefish are starting to show up. I hope to get out there. I don't want to miss it. Talking of Bluefish Joe, he's actually went to the Connect Quad and he had fish, but you have to understand, so the rainbows in the Connect Quad are on their spawn. They are they're not really interested in eating, but the brook trout, they love it. They actually love it because they're feeding on the eggs. Now, it's a misconception that you can't use egg patterns. You can. You can't use plastic facsimiles of eggs, insects, or worms. But you can tie like a glow bug, a stas egg. There's many little patterns you can fish. Egg fantastic, egg-tastic. There's so many different patterns you can, and the brook trout are waiting for them because the rainbows will start dropping their eggs. Funny thing is, there are no male rainbows, so those eggs are not going to be, they're not going to be fertilized. The brooks do. Brook trout, they do spawn in the river. As far as, like I said, the upstate, well, we had a tremendous amount of rain, which is good, but also bad in the sense that for the next couple of days, the streams in the Catskills are really high, but they drop fast. Hopefully they'll come down pretty good. The Delaware was fishing good until they got that big slug of rain, and now that's blown out. So, it's spring. It's spring. This is what you're gonna do. So, anyway, to next week, tie lines. Hopefully I'll feel better. Hopefully I'm gonna get out. All right, tie lines, everybody.
Let's check on in with Chris Landry.
Thanks, Matt. Fishing is ridiculous right now. It's prime time striper run. On Friday, we went out and got 90 bass between the three of us. I went out with Carl, Phil Salvo from Salvo's Jigs, Jigabeast, and we slayed them all on artificials. It was non-stop, perfect storm, just bait everywhere, bunker, bass, birds, blitzes. I mean, right now is prime time, so you got to get out there. Today we went out, we caught 20 bass on live bunker, but they do hit the spooks. So bluefish are showing up. We did catch some bluefish. and other reports of bluefish are being caught, and fluke season is open. Hit up Gypsy Charters for fluke. They are the best in the game at fluke. We're more striped bass and bluefish and tuna soon. All right, so hit me up at Rock Steady Charters. I'll take you out because right now it is absurd. Prime time, get out there.
From the Western Sound, we have Nuno the Coaster from Tyler Tackle up in Rye.
Thanks for having us, Nuno, here from Tyler. A great week of striped bass fishing we just had. The hot licks have been trolling why these fish are on the move. They're chasing bunker. The bunker are moving and they're moving with them. That being said, our bite that had been hot to the west has pushed for the east right outside here. Rye and Mamaroneck has been super hot at times. Saturday was amazing out here. Areas to the Triangle 11B is starting to blow up. Eaton's Neck at times. Hempstead was hot for a period. Guys, these fish are on the move. They're chasing bait. They're moving. So the hot licks have been your tandem mojos and your umbrellas. That being said, many guys have found them busting on top and on the bottom where they're using the flutter spoons. You just have to be ready for those events. So if you're trolling, make sure you have other rods rigged and ready for when those situations happen. That's all we can say, is just be ready when a blow up happens on top. You're ready to throw a popper right on without them going down again. So guys, just be ready for everything that can happen out there, especially with these striped bass, especially chasing the bunker around. Fluke fishing got off to a slow start this Sunday, which is typical. You know, the water's still not right. Maybe with all this east wind we're getting now, bait will push down into the area and we'll push some fish down here because that's where they're heading. And porgy fishing also got off to a decent start to the east, which is typical on the North Shore. These fish are coming from the east. We'll probably start to see them here on our shores here in a couple of weeks. But right now, the bite is going to be hot to the east in Oyster Bay and areas like that where everyone pushes. Guys, season is here. We're open every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're on full-time peak hours. Come check us out. Can't get here, get to the website, tyler.com.
From the West End, Ryan Charleston.
Thanks, Matt. Hey guys, Ryan here with your Western Long Island Surf Fishing Report. Although the bite slowed down a tick while we were in between moons, there was still some decent bass and bluefish activity on the South Shore this past week. The bluefish are now fully cooperating and responding well on both tides to bucktails, swimming plugs, and poppers. I've been seeing them cruising the shoreline in shallow water, and it seems that the day tides are producing much better so far. On the bass front, there is still a bunker-fueled bite going on. I had a couple fish right around slot size on night tides, but I had to put in a lot more effort to get a bite this week. I found a piece of water that smaller groups at bunker were trickling through on outgoing water, and I was able to capitalize on a bottle darter. It seemed they only wanted bigger profiles this week with all that bunker still around. The full moon is coming on Monday, and I fully expect to see another strong push of fish to come with it. Best of luck to everybody out there, tight lines, and I will catch you guys next week. Back to you, Matt.
Raul Ortiz, the urban angler, has a report from around the city.
Hey guys, Raul Ortiz here, the urban angler, with my report. Fishing is hot all around New York City, Long Island Sound, Hudson River, and South Shore beaches of Long Island. Here in the city, you can catch anything from schoolie size all the way up to 25 plus pounds. On the Hudson River, you can catch anything from schoolie size to 40 plus pounds. On the Long Island Sound, you can catch schoolies all the way up to about 30 plus pounds. And on the South Shore beaches of Long Island, you can catch anything from schoolie size to about 20 plus pounds. On the back bays, on the Long Island Sound, there's still plenty of fish guys out there. Don't forget about them. They're still there, and there's still a lot of activity, man. Everybody's running over to the South Shore, but there's still some activity on the North Shore, at least for another solid month or so, guys. So don't forget about that North Shore yet. Anyway, on the South Shore beaches of Long Island, you know, we had a nice run of fish over the past 2 weeks. Most of the fish were like slot size, all the way up to about 20 pounds. But it seems like those fish have moved on. I went out over the weekend multiple times. It was very difficult to find fish.
And, you know, I had to put in that time to get rewarded. But besides that, you know, any day now, it's going to be lights out. Those fish from the Hudson River are going to be coming down, devouring everything. And it's going to be a really good time, guys. Anyway, I'm thinking in another week or so, things are going to turn right back on. But it looks like most fish have moved on. And now you just got to put in that time and grind to get the fish now. But that might change in the next day or two or on the next moon phase. Anyway, the lures of choice still dominating the scene is the Joe Bags Waters and SP Minnows. Really working well for me and a few people I know as well. And also the Super Strike plugs are also working, and a lot of plastics as well. On the bait scene, bunker, bloodworms, calamari, great baits. I would recommend now using live eels if you want to get on a big fish, guys. Now's that time to get those eels. I'm sure your bait shops are stocked with them now if you want to use them. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to the guys. My buddy Scott, Wilbur, Raul, Chris, Brandon, Nick, Billy, Frank, and Frankie Fish New York. Thank you guys for your pictures and reports. I appreciate it. Keep up the hard work, guys. And everybody else, it's time. It's time to be out on the water, guys. Let's get out there and get it. Good luck, tight lines, and back to you, Matt.
From the Western Sound, Captain Andre Montgomery.
Thank you, Matt. Captain Andre coming to you from the Western Long Island Sound. Maybe had about 30 porgies up by Oyster Bay area. Then we trolled for some striped bass. As we trolled for some striped bass, for me personally, thumbs down. But everybody around me were doing their things with the striped bass. We went up today. Today is Wednesday. And we went up for some porgies in Oyster Bay. The lights were on. You hear what I'm saying to you? The lights was on today. We came back down with 83 porgies between 5 of us before we ran out of bait. But the one thing that I'm gonna tell you that we use is this right here. This is a high-low rig, all right? It's called a 7 rig. This is the epitome of the high-low rigs, right here, the high and low 7 rig. Check out your nearest bait and tackle store, grab your 7 rig. The Island Current Fleet, what did they do this week? They went up to Oyster Bay. They had 2 boats out, but the porgies really didn't turn on. Water temperature was dropping when we got there. So we had about maybe 30 fish on the boat, between 20 people, but it was just the first day of the porgies coming down, of getting a good little bite on it. So it can only get better from here. The fluke are turned on. I hear people catching fluke right now. No keepers yet, 17, 18 inches right now. And we get reports of the bluefish, and that's about it. Back to you, Matt.
Fish in the Atlantic checking in from Jamaica Bay, Sheepshead Bay, Breezy Point area. This week is more of the same, with striped bass being red hot. It's been a little rainy this week, so not a lot of fleet was out, but there was some reports of striped bass being caught, a lot of oversized striped bass, as well as slots. And bluefish are here, ladies and gentlemen. Yup, big gator bluefish are inside the bay. They should be at a theater near you, and if that's what you want to catch, now is the time. And as well as for the fluke lovers, fluke is in effect right now. The Sheepshead Bay party boats are getting the fluke full limits, that is. Some of the boats, Gypsy charters, Gypsy, so is the Ocean Eagle. They're both reporting some great catches for their customers. So now is the time to whip out the fluke gear. And we haven't had many reports of weakfish or porgies in the area yet, but I suspect those will be not too far behind, that is. And just another tip, of course, we got what's called the 7 rig here. And this is from Fishing for Real, Captain Andre. You can simply head over to fishingforreal.com and get yourself a 7 rig, and it can this is what it looks like. So you have 2 hooks, 2 2-0 hooks. It's a high-low rig. You attach your sinker on the bottom, and this is extremely effective for porgies can catch blackfish, fluke, sea bass, and you know, a lot of your bottom fish. So, you know, a little tip of the day. Right back to you, Matt.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is the report for the week. As you can see, fishing is getting very hot around the whole island. Ton of bluefish moving in along the whole South Shore. Fluking is starting off really good this year. Some good catches to the west end, Central, and even out east we're hearing some stuff too. Porgies and Peconic is super hot right now. So even some weakfish around, and the striped bass have been great in the South Shore bays. Fishing's hot right now. We got a great stretch of weather coming up, especially this weekend. Good time to get out. Have at it. Send those pictures in. And once again, as always, we'll see you next week.